My name is Tarun. I first joined Fiji at 8th standard for 1 year Udaya classroom program, and then I continued with the classroom program because my home was far away from the Fiji center. So classroom program was more comfortable for me. I chose Fiji because for its reputation, it has produced great rankers in the past, hence it was a natural choice. When I joined Fiji, the environment was quite different from my school environment. The students over there were quite able to understand it very easily, understand what the teacher is talking about very easily, but I felt a little difficulty in understanding the things at start, but later I picked up. And the classroom environment at Fiji is slightly different because the concepts are a little more advanced than what's being taught in school. They also cover what's being taught in school, but we need to go a step further for cracking advanced exams. The most unique thing in Fiji was that the faculties were very good in teaching, and even the peer group was more supportive towards stuff rather than the school peer group, which emphasizes on playing more. Here, the students were more inclined towards learning new methods and understanding concepts in different ways. In Fiji, we were provided with a whole range of study material. It started from packages and then workbooks, review booklets, tab assignments, and also at last the Grand Master package or the GMP. And completing all these is a very difficult job. Even completing all the packages seems very difficult, and if we do all those properly, we will get a very good practice and we would be able to solve questions very easily. And also we have two separate apps for writing tests. One is the NETO and other is the Glorifier. NETO is more for writing scheduled tests at proper times, while Glorifier also has two types of tests, like the scheduled ones like AATS and stuff, while also we could also write home tests which we could write at any time. Like previous year papers were always available to us. We could write whenever we want and as per our convenience, and both of them helped us in a lot of ways to improve ourselves in terms of exam temperament too. For me, for doubt clearing, first in case of Glorified test, there would be a solution available. I'll try to understand the solution. In case if I don't understand the solution, I'll approach my teachers, or else I'll also check for the internet for some time, because in classroom we can't waste a lot of time in solving doubts itself. So I'll use to check the internet, and if I don't get a proper solution in the internet, then I'll approach my teacher for clarifying my doubts. In my entire journey, the most challenging thing was to study inorganic chemistry, and it was more specific for our batch because for the last year batch, even in mains portion, the inorganic chemistry part was included. So they had to study it for mains. But in our case, that portion, a lot of that portion was just excluded. So for mains, we didn't study for a long time. We hadn't studied it properly. And then suddenly after mains, we have some 2 months remaining, and we have to study that entire inorganic. We have to remember all those reaction stuff. So I felt that hard, but it just comes by practice. I read it again and again till I memorized it. My school usually ends by 4:30, and then after coming to home by 5 or 5 time, it ranges from 5 to 5:30 depending on traffic conditions. And after coming home, I used to study till 8 or 8:30, and then breakfast, and then I used to play. I had a pretty strong play schedule from 9 to 10. I was living in a GC, so this time was acceptable, and that kept me well mentally and ready to go on steadily. And for studying, I used to solve packages usually and do a test analysis, and that's how it went. My major distraction was my mobile phone. That was taken away by my parents just as 11th started, so I had nothing to do, but I had some other ways to overcome it. Like I used to play daily in the evening, so it was not a big deal without mobile phones. Fiji helped me with, in case of motivation, Fiji played a great role in it. They used to call the previous year toppers, and then they would share their words of advice so that we would remain motivated throughout the 2 years. Also, the teachers individually were approachable, and in cases where we feel a little depressed, we could talk to the teachers. They would motivate in a better ways. My general piece of advice to my juniors would be to stay calm and composed at situations when they feel depressed. They must understand that JEE requires a bit of hard work, so they have to put it in steadily throughout the 2 years. They must organize their peer groups well, avoid distractions, and go on battling with the JEE till they overcome it. All the best, my juniors. I would like to thank my parents, teachers, and my dear friends who helped me crack this JEE exam. Thank you.